All right, we are here at Downtown Glory in downtown Geneva for the newest episode of the Thrive Where You Live podcast. I am here with my pal, Kimbra Runyan, Dr. Kimbra Runyan. Kimbra, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. Other than the fact that I'm not getting adjusted or getting acupuncture at your office, but otherwise doing great. Should have set that up so we could just go straight there and knock
that would have
out.
been nice.
Maybe we'll just do it on camera at the end so people could see the full experience.
I just lay you on the table here.
But I'm excited to have you here talk about yourself for a while and just what matters to you in the wellness world, being a mama too, all those fun things. But tell everyone about Function Co. and the patients that you serve and how you got into this space. Give us the whole spiel.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a chiropractor, like you said, and my business is Function Co. And so the premise behind that is like everything is about how your body is functioning, and it's less about just like rack 'em and crack 'em adjustments. So like when I wanted a business, I didn't want it to be like, well, honestly, it was funny. It started as Runyan Chiropractics. I don't know what I wanted to do really. But I didn't want it to just be stuck on chiropractic, even though that is what I do, but like how the body's functioning, how your mind is functioning, how they function together, because you can't have mental health without having physical health, and like vice versa, you can't have physical health without mental health. So it's like bridging that gap between the two while being a chiropractor and helping the body actually feel better. Yeah. What was your other question?
So what sets you apart in that space? I mean, there's a lot of people that do adjustments.
There's
and
a chiropractor at every corner.
There is. What do you feel like sets you apart, and things that you've learned, with your time just through going through schooling and everything that you believe in and have adopted for the care of your patients?
Yeah. So there is a million different ways to practice chiropractic and to treat people. And my thing that I think sets my business apart and how I care for patients apart is that I think there's more than just the adjustment. And I always say like the adjustment is kind of like where we start. It's like a tool to then get you like the goals that you want to achieve basically. And the way we do that is basically like whenever I have a patient in the room, I sit down very much like this and have a powwow without the microphones and the cameras. But we sit down, we have a powwow, we go over our goals. Like, okay, you come in with back pain and like, okay, you want to get on the ground with your kids. You want to play pickleball. You want to golf, like all the things you want to do in your life. You want to be able to function to be able to do that without pain having to like pull you down basically. So we use the adjustment as a tool to kind of decrease some symptoms. So then we can start to do some exercises. So mobility is a huge part of what I do. Every patient gets a custom at-home program. Just because if I just did an adjustment and sent you on your way, like you might feel great, which is obviously the goal, but then that would go away fairly quickly. And so it's finding ways to give the patient a little accountability too, to say, hey, we'll adjust you, we'll do some soft tissue in office, maybe some acupuncture, maybe some cupping, but then go home and then do these 4 to 6 super easy exercises, very low hanging fruit, but ones that will almost reinforce the changes that we did. So the adjustment gives you more range of motion. The mobility plan that you have that's completely custom to you helps you build into that range of motion.
Right.
So I kind of think it's a whole well-rounded approach to it. So it's like we work on the physical side, the mechanical side, and the main adjusting room. Then I have my separate acupuncture room and tons of salt lamps everywhere to kind of like let you zen out a little bit.
Yep.
And then we do some acupuncture. Most people get acupuncture, just to get more into like the parasympathetics. So it kind of ties in that whole mental, physical health all together.
And people ask me all the time, like, oh, you go to a chiropractor, do you have back issues? I'm like, not necessarily. I go for the whole like experience of it from a mental health and physical health perspective. I feel like it just keeps me on track. The acupuncture room is my jam. You do cupping also. I do want to try that. It's on my roadmap. We got to do it. But there's also a lot of misconceptions about what people like you do. What can you speak to that? What are the biggest misconceptions? And I guess tie that into if someone's out there being like, I really need to think about this on a deeper level. I've never really given it a shot, maybe because they hear a horror story, whatever. Like, how can someone maybe get over the hump of being comfortable enough to just book an appointment and give it a shot?
Yeah, no, I love this because this is a lot of what I educate about. Big misconceptions is that we're putting your bones back into place. Like when I adjust a bone, you hear that crack, that's that bone just going right back in.
Yeah.
That is not the case. So Your bones aren't moving out of place. Hypermobility disorder is a completely separate thing. So I want to like give credit to them. But for the majority of people, you're not just like shoving a bone back into place because it's not going anywhere. And there's a ton of science on that. It's not leaving. It's just when bones or when joints get restricted, the brain is perceiving that restriction as up, something's happening. So it's going to make those muscles tighten up around it, which is going to feel like, oh, my rib is out or my back is out, like I'm really tight. What we do is we adjust the joint to allow more space. And that cavitation or that pop sound that you hear is like when you crack a knuckle, it's just releasing gas inside of a joint. So it sounds cool, but like it's just gas leaving a joint.
Right.
But we adjust it and then it just helps everything kind of feel better. The brain can calm down, muscles calm down. You can start to move a lot better. So a big misconception, not putting bones back into place. Another one is you have to keep going forever and ever and ever. Like once you start, you can't stop.
Right.
Huge misconception there. But it's kind of like one of those things where you go to the gym and you feel really good. Once you get either like your dream body or you're like, oh, okay, I lost the weight or I can lift X amount of pounds, you don't just stop.
Right.
It's like there is some kind of maintenance that goes into that to keep you achieving your goals. So I always tell people like if someone has an active complaint, like absolutely come in once a week for a couple weeks so we can make sure your at-home program fits you really well. Everyone's like a puzzle too, so that we can make sure we are giving you the exact treatment that you need. And then after we get you through that acute phase, you're starting to feel better, you can function better, you can do everything better, you can start to achieve the goals that we talked about on visit 1.
Yep.
Then cool, let's start to maybe space it out. Maybe then we have a check-in every 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. Because pain is the last symptom that comes on and it's the first one that goes away.
Right.
So it's very easy to be like, oh, I don't hurt, so I don't need to go. But oftentimes there's a lot going on that you might not notice. And
Yeah.
especially like you said, like you don't have to be in pain to go to the chiropractor. And I think that's another misconception too. I treat a lot of stress, usually with the acupuncture.
Stress, treatment. Continue.
I mean, it's so common, especially moms. I have a lot of moms because moms just carry a lot. Dads do too. I'm not taking anything away from dads.
Yeah, 100%.
But a lot is on the moms. And so this is their 1 hour that they can just come in. They're getting their body taken care of, their mind taken care of. They have an hour where honestly, no one's saying mom, no one needs a snack, no one needs their nose wiped or their butt wiped. They can just chill
Right.
and heal. And so working a lot of stress.
Right. And why do you feel like people wait so long to meet with someone like you? Like, is there
TikTok. TikTok scares people so much,
Yeah.
and for such good reason, because there are chiropractors out there that make it look like a party trick. That they'll have the microphone placed strategically, and they'll just crack on someone's neck, and it looks scary. It sounds scary. I even know like the mechanism stuff, and I'm like, that looks terrifying.
Right.
And it's just terrifying. So I have people that will come in like, oh, I wanted to do this for a couple years now. I was so scared. And I'm like, okay. And like, I take away all the barriers. Like, I'm going to meet you where you're at. So if you come in, you're like, I don't want my neck adjusted.
Right.
Okay. Then
Right.
we won't do that. I'm totally fine with that. Like, you run the ship. And that's what
Yeah.
I tell everyone. Like, this is your space. I'm going to honor where you're at. I'm not going to push you into doing anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to be adjusted, if you don't want to hear that crack sound, fine. We can do soft tissue.
Yeah.
There's something called an activator. It looks like a little pogo stick and it goes click, click. That does an adjustment as well. It's just less intense. It's very gentle.
Sure.
But I think the biggest thing is people are scared or they don't want to spend the money or they don't have the time. Or they're like, oh, this will just get better on its own.
Right.
And
Like,
eventually
yeah.
it doesn't. And then you're finally like, ugh, okay, I waited long enough. Let me go.
Yeah. And then it's scarier. when
And
they
then it's
go.
scarier. Yeah.
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 So there's a lot of habits people could be doing. What are the top 2 or 3 daily habits you feel like people could be doing to function better on a daily basis?
I would say, honestly, sleep is a big one. That's like number one. If you're not sleeping well, you cannot recover. And if you're not sleeping well, your stress hormone cortisol is going to be through the roof, which is going to get you more into a sympathetic state. And when we're in a sympathetic state, that's like fight or flight. Like everything tightens up. Our brain thinks we're fighting a bear. If we're not sleeping, then we can't heal. So I would say sleep. And then honestly, if every person could pick like one mobility movement and do that every single day, I think so much pain would be decreased. So like my go-to is a cat cow because you can change that into 100 different ways. You can do a normal cat cow, you can add a lateral bend, you can add a sit back. Like there are so many different things you can do. And that one movement targets the neck, the back, the hips, the ankles, the feet, the wrists, the shoulders. Like it's kind of like your catch-all.
Yeah.
So like pretty much every patient in my office gets a cat cow, some form of it.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like you're saying people need to move a little. And ironically, you thought, why not provide people with less guesswork on this and having to like go to YouTube and hope whatever that they're watching works? You made an app for that called Move a Little.
I
So
love how you tied that in.
tell us how, that wasn't even planned.
Yeah,
Tell us
that was
how,
great though.
tell us about Move a Little,
Yeah.
how they can access it. What is it? Because it's perfect for me on my off days with the gym or on days with the gym. It's been amazing. So tell people about Move a Little
you.
and how to get connected with that.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Move a Little is kind of like my little passion project. So I have my patients in office, but the thing that stinks about a service-based business is you can only help the people kind of in your little area.
Yeah.
And with social media, I kept getting messages of like, oh, I have this, like, can you help me? I have this, can you help me? And I'm like, legally, like, I really can't give you
Right.
pointed advice. Like, I
Right.
don't know you. Um, so that kind of stunk that I couldn't really help more people. So I'm like, well, I could make an app. Like, that's kind of fun. I'm already doing movements and stuff for Instagram. I might as well like put it on an app and help more people in like a follow along way. So Move a Little basically is a mobility app. All classes are 10 minutes or under. I have a section, I think it's called like movement snacks. And so they're like little mini classes.
You do love the term snacks.
I love the term
And spicy.
and spicy
Yeah.
because some movements are just
Yeah.
spicy.
Yeah.
It's fun. So it's like a fun, I don't know, like I just love it so much. And I love seeing that people are taking classes. I love the feedback I'm getting. The cool thing about it is if someone's a member, they can email me directly and say, hey, I'm having a sciatica flare up. And I'm like, got it. I'll make a class. And I can skirt around certain things because I'm like, it's just a class on the app.
Right.
But it's going to help you with your
Right.
sciatica, you know?
Right.
So it's really fun. And there's a search bar so you can search your condition. So sciatica, if you have hip pain, if you have headaches, you can search that in and all the relevant classes will pop up. You can also search really anything and like any class that I have for that, like ankle pain or plantar fasciitis, classes are going to pop up for you. They're all in a follow along format. So you can do the movements exactly with me. And I'm giving voiceover instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be like, oh, wait, where should my hand be? Or, oh, I'm kind of feeling this. Or how should I even be doing this? Or what should I be engaging? When should I be breathing?
Yeah.
It's like all the questions that people have. And I kind of get rid of that barrier because they're helping you and exactly the way I do for my patients.
Right.
So it's kind of like things I give to my patients, but on a bigger scale now.
Yeah. And they can, you don't have to worry about others watching them. They can do it in the privacy of their home. They can do it after a work call because they sit all day on Zoom. And they're getting the experience almost like as if they were there for their appointment. And it doesn't certainly replace an appointment because there's things that you can't do through a phone.
Right.
But how do people download it? Where do they find it?
Yeah. So they can go to my website, so hellofunctionco.com, and then there's like a little section that says my app, or Move a Little, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Or on Instagram, I have a link to it in my bio. My Instagram's at dr.kimbra.runyan. Those are the two best places to get to it.
Yeah. Now, a couple last questions.
Yeah.
As someone that's coming in and treating people that have different various issues, some are more extreme than others, you're solving problems literally every day. How do you avoid being burnt out? I feel like you have really good, and you post a lot about this, you have really good, like you thought this through. You just became Mama 2 not all that long ago. Congratulations again. But like, how do you avoid burnout? I mean, there's a lot of people who are listening to this that own a business or are a busy mom and are struggling even to find that time to, sneak in 10 minutes of movement. Like, how do you balance it all?
Yeah. It's been difficult and definitely trial and error. That's like the biggest thing. But also like I come back to the phrase, like, it's not that serious. Nothing is that serious. Like my kids come first. So it's like, as long as I can make sure like they are taken care of, then like Everything else is kind of second. So essentially, like habit stacking is the way that I kind of avoid burnout. I move things when I need to. Otherwise, you just kind of you get it done. You breathe. You find time for movement. Find time to sleep, and that is everything.
I think parents could leverage Google Calendar or some form of, even if that's not tied to their job, it's not a tool they use all the time. We have a family calendar that we live and die
Mhm.
by. It just keeps us on track. And especially as you're growing a family, I think it's interesting to hear someone in your field that obviously has a calendar, know what your patients are, there's systems in place for that, but you'd bring that home to maintain a balance at home too,
Mhm.
which is interesting.
Super helpful.
Um, as far as like one thing someone can do just to get started on a wellness journey, whether they're looking, doesn't matter what their goals are. What we talked about a little bit, but what's like the final piece of advice for someone that just like needs that boost to better themselves, like mentally and physically?
Yeah. I would start with why. Like, I think the biggest thing people can do is ask themselves, like, emotionally, like, why do you want whatever change it is, whether it's aesthetically, whether it's on their health journey, wherever they're at, like, get crystal clear on the why. And, like, that's the motivation you need to start then chipping away and start slowly. Like, don't do a crazy lifestyle flip, but like, start with one habit,
Yep.
one thing, like, drink more water. Cool. Go on a walk. Cool. Sleep. Cool. Like, find little things you can do. And then it kind of snowballs from there.
Right. And make it a habit.
Then make it a habit.
Stack the habits.
Stack the habits.
Well, this has been fun. I really respect your profession, especially now having become a patient now for a little over a year and a half, maybe at this point, maybe two
Yeah.
plus years at this point.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're a great follow on social media, like you mentioned, just to get those small tips that could potentially help just get you on that path to why. And then Move a Little is a great resource to take it a step further. But anyone that's looking to just take a leap of faith and have a consultation with Kimbra. She is still accepting new patients. And I'm proud to be one. So thank you for spending time with me this morning.
Thank
And
you.
for all you do for all your patients and the community at large.
Thank you. This is so fun.